Good evening. This is Kay Aubrey Shemaine. I am the owner and director of Grand Adventures Ranch, a holistic equine wellness center in Sonoyta, Arizona. This is our weekly Always Shine Your Light Equine Energy Point Education Series webinar. We meet each week to learn a little bit more about using photopuncture and light therapy to help horses attain their optimal health and peak performance. Tonight's webinar, we're going to be talking about sisters. Sister meridians in the body. The balance between yin and yang, light and dark, male, female, how that works, and just an introduction to that in the horse's body and in the energy meridians. So there are 6 pairs of energy meridians and 1 pair of what's called an extraordinary vessel in the body, whether it's a human body, dog body, horse body. There's 6 pairs that have been mapped out, and they are tied to different elements: metal, earth, fire, water, and wood. Each pair has a yin and a yang sister. So we have the lung and the large intestine, the stomach and the spleen, the heart and the small intestine, the bladder and the kidney, the pericardium and the triple heater, the gallbladder and the liver, and then in our extraordinary vessels, the governing vessel and the conception vessel. Now, people often get tied up in lung and large intestine, or they see gallbladder for horse, and they say, but the horse doesn't have a gallbladder. Doesn't matter. This is an energetic pathway through the body that governs the energy of what the gallbladder would do in the body. So here's a different representation. As you can see, as the energy flows through the body from morning to night, it goes from yin to yang, lung to large intestine, back down to yang, stomach, over to a yin, which is spleen, and so forth through the body. It takes 24 hours for that energy to travel through the body. 12 meridians, 2 hours per meridian. Now, yin-yang, people have heard of this for years. They've seen the little yin-yang signal. But really, it originally meant bright side, dark side. Okay? We always have light and dark in the world. We have light and dark from sun going from side to side. Without light, you don't have dark. We have shades of light versus shades of dark. Everything in the world can be explained and divided into yin-yang. Hot, cold, male, female, up, down. It's just simply an interdependent relationship. Dr. John Shen is an acupuncturist who really said it all. Balancing yin and yang is really all there is to Chinese medicine. That's really where it starts. Now, it may take you a lifetime to figure out how to get it to balance, but it's just balancing yin and yang. Yang, the yang property, whether it be the yang meridian or the yang portion of a pair, usually means more hot, bright, active. It's the more outward areas of the body. It's more hyper function. Yin is cold, darkness, stillness, more reflective inwardness. The belly versus the back. The back and the top of the body are yang. The bottom of the body and the belly and the more protected areas are yin. Okay, you don't have to remember all this, just think, but you start thinking in terms of yin and yang for sisters. The upper part of the body, the exterior, are yang. The lower part of your body, the interior, are yin. So now we're going to talk a little about 2 different kinds of points. And as you start looking at acupuncture charts, you're going to see references to source points and connecting points. Now, source points are related to the organ related to that meridian. So it's the place where the chi, the energy from each organ, gathers and then is distributed throughout the body by that meridian. There's one source point for each meridian, so there's 12 of them, and they're all located below the knee or the hock. On a human, it would be in the hands or wrist. And stimulating these points is really great when you have diseases in the corresponding organ. So if you're dealing with heart disease, you would look at treating the source point for heart. If you were dealing with lung issues, you might treat the source point for lung, etc. Now, connecting points are the spot on the body where the yin and the yang sisters, where they connect. So because we always have yin and yang, we'll have an excess of energy in one meridian, maybe an excess of energy in the lung. So the horse is coughing all the time, producing a lot of phlegm, and maybe insufficient energy in the large intestine, its sister meridian. And so maybe they're stiff in the neck, the energy isn't flowing well. So we have an overabundance of energy in one and an underabundance in the other. That connecting point is where the two meet, and we can use that connecting point to balance the energy between the two. This is really great when you're dealing with chronic issues. So for example, here is our yin meridian, our yin metal meridian of lung. And you can see down here it says that our source point is lung 9, right here, right on the side of the knee. And our connecting point is lung 7. In the sister, the large intestine, the source point is large intestine 4. Sister, the large intestine, the source point is large intestine 4. And the connecting point is large intestine 6. How are they used? Clinically, you normally would use the connecting point along with the source point to bring the two in balance. So maybe if you have a lung meridian part, you might use the lung source point, lung 9, and the large intestine connecting point of large intestine 6. That will help to balance the energy between the lung and the large intestine. It'll treat the source point for the lung itself and support the system overall. And that might be an entire treatment. That might be all you do. For example, here we would go. If we had lung issues and we were trying to support the lung, maybe the horse is coughing, has heaves, has torn something, you could come in and you could treat large intestine 6, which is right above the knee in the middle, the front of the leg, right in the middle, and lung 9 on the side of the knee. This would be sister balancing. Now, if you're using a photopuncture system, Bioscan, Summerell, Avalon, whatever name, I usually treat the source connecting points simultaneously on level 2 for 30 to 60 seconds. With any other light device, I usually recommend 2 minutes or more because they're not quite as powerful. Now, that doesn't go, lasers would be powerful. They would be putting a lot of energy in. Or you would use the time recommended by the manufacturer for treating each point. Now we're going to have an upcoming online class where we're going to go in and work using this combination for all of the meridian pairs, some of the conditions you would treat with it, how to really find those points. It's going to be an ongoing, continuing education for some of the students in our classes. And for other people, it's $49, okay? You can order it online or you can go to the website that you see here on this page, okay? It is in our shopping cart as well. You just go to our shop.photopuncture.com. All right.